ready, Jane?
I'm ready.
Okay.
응답하라 여친. Quote to the 은 to the 실.
Back to the 경 to the Jew. I don't know if I'll ever get used to it. Like, we will. We will. And then I'll just be like, back to the 경 to the Jew. If I do that, you can just slap me. Oh my gosh, I love your shoes.
Thank you. They're so comfortable. I saw them on TikTok and they're Tevas.
TikTok Tevas.
TikTok. I'm such
how much
like
shit have
I'm
you
an
bought?
influenced person.
Yes, you are.
Oh
how
my
much
gosh.
shit have you bought? What's the
so
most?
much, like probably thousands of dollars worth.
Tell
of
me
stuff.
some things you bought just because you were TikTok influenced.
Makeup products,
okay.
like the Charlotte Tilbury contour wand. It's like a tube. It's like a liquid thingy.
I don't even know what the hell you're talking about. This is
sunscreens. So the one that I'm using now is If You Want a Good One. It's a Korean brand.
Oh, okay. It's like all organic, natural.
I don't know if it's organic, but it's like it's got the SP, like the testing plus. I mean, yeah.
And then
it's beauty of Chosun.
Does it give you dewy skin?
Yeah, I think so. You can wear it as just a primer or like right before your makeup, but it feels like lotion.
What's
and it doesn't
primer?
have primer is what you put on.
I love how you're never fazed by my dumb questions because I know other bitches be like, oh my God, you don't know what a primer is?
No, I mean, well, I've been using primer for years and years because I had to wear long lasting makeup for the TV
cameras.
Because that was the only time I had to do my makeup. It primes your face to get the makeup to adhere to it. So it just makes your makeup last longer rather than just, slowly kind of melting or fading away on your skin.
You're just so patient, I feel like you're the type of person someone could ask the dumbest questions and you would just be like, yes, ask me more. I'm not fazed at all by your stupidity.
No, I mean, if it's information that I have,
it's a compliment.
So happy to
I love that about you. Because I'm not that. If someone asks me a dumb question, I'll be like, my face just like it glitches into. What did you just say to me? I'm an awful human being, but
no, you're not.
You inspire. My husband asked me, "What is it about Jane that you like so much?" Because I don't like a lot of people. I really don't. I think he hears me bitch more about how much I hate people. Have you ever seen this little cartoon called Angry Asian Girl?
Yes.
Yeah. She just sits on a rock and she's like, I hate people. I'm like, oh, that me. But I go on and on about you, and my husband's like, what is it about Jane? I think I've told you this. You inspire me. I think I'm at an age, I told you, 40s was like. Wait, you are 40, right?
I'll be 40 in 2 years.
Shut the fuck up. Yeah. I hate you. Never mind. I don't love you anymore. It's all been, this friendship is a lie. Are you not even 40 yet?
No, not yet. I'm almost there though.
아니야, 됐어.
아니야.
그만해, 경주야. 그러지 마.
언니.
You own your youth, okay? You don't have to disparage your vitality.
We are pretty much the same age.
I would never say that to you if I was 38 and I'm like, bitch, no. You're 40. I'm in my 30s. I just want you to know straight up. But anyways.
My gosh, I've been 38 in my mind for like 3 years at least.
What the fuck does that even mean?
That means like, so I turned 35 in 2020, the pandemic, and I feel like I stopped counting after that. So every year I have to ask my husband, like, am I 38?
Oh, I do that too.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm 40. And he's like 41 actually. I'm like, shut the fuck up. I'm Serena Beyonce. That's all that matters. I'm the same age as them.
Yeah.
You know that? Okay,
yeah.
Thank you.
Because my husband is too. So
that's
lots
right. Me
of
and
people.
Ben, me and your husband are twinsies.
Yeah, lots of people.
He calls everybody. Same.
Yeah.
We are the same age and we laugh at stupid shit together. She was like, yeah. Yeah, truth. Wait, what were we talking about? Now I forgot.
Adonis wanted to know what you like about
Oh,
me.
yeah. Adonis. Yeah, I said connection. But mostly because you are someone that I think, it's a fact. You are very marketable.
I don't know about that.
Yes. Compared to someone, you are marketable. I am not marketable. You get brand deals because you're marketable. I get CBD deals, free gummies. Or mocktails. It's all CBD related. That's the biggest compensation I get. What else did I get? Oh, like identity theft. You've never been approached by identity theft company.
No, not for a
CBD,
collaboration. CBD I haven't yet. No.
What else have I? Yeah, that's usually my. Apparently, that's the brand.
But I get a lot of reach outs where it's like, oh, that is totally not me, or I wouldn't want to do that. You know?
Oh, like what? I want to know now.
Lots of like children's apps, like learning apps. I'm like, no.
Oh. Well, only because you've done so many. You've done some children.
I mean, I have done, but I think I've learned like what, you know, I've narrowed it down to, unless it's something that we actually use or it's integrated into our life, then there has to be another really good reason.
You know what? Actually, I have a thing I want to share with you. BetterHelp. You've seen their ads all the time. I
have seen their ads or heard their ads on podcasts.
Yeah. And I've seen it all over TikTok. Okay. And you know, I'm all like very much a mental health advocate. Yeah. And so I reached out to them. Okay. And I said, oh my gosh, you have all these hosts or all these creators that are doing, and I love speaking about my mental health. I do the whole therapy, medication, everything, right? And they were like, no, thank you. But silver lining, they're apparently shit.
Really?
Did you not know this? It's all over. It's like the latest. Well, apparently this has been going on for years.
What is shitty about them?
So, I love that I'm giving you the scoop because you're not on my side of TikTok, where it's just like things are going to hell. Where you live is paradise, where good things happen to good people. I live with the fungus of like, you know, the depths of the sea. Anyways, BetterHelp apparently has been hiring all these therapists that they're not licensed.
Oh,
they're not real therapists, or they put information of real therapists. Like,
are they not screening them enough?
They're not screening them.
Okay,
or like to be qualified to be a therapist on their app or whatever. Yeah, it's not required for them to be licensed. So that's the but it's been years that they've been getting exposed. Another thing is they've been leaking emails to third sale parties and stuff. And I was like, oh my God.
That's so scary. If I was somebody using that service.
Yeah.
And, you know, like spilling my inside thoughts and feelings and then.
And I feel like, wow, I dodged the bullet because I was seeking them out to work with them. And it turns out they're horrid.
And you sought them out just because you saw them all over TikTok or because you've used their services?
Them from creators that I look up to. They were all promoting this company. And I care, and I like the message that to have mental health help readily available, like that seemed like a really good concept to me.
Right.
And I was like, I want to advocate for that. But it turns out they're basically almost a scam, or are a scam pretty much. I mean, I saw so many licensed therapists say do not use them. And also they were getting ripped off because they were using licensed therapists to kind of like clickbait people into getting, like, you're gonna get this person and then do the bait and switch last minute.
That's not cool.
But that got me thinking, you know what, maybe even though I'm not marketable, like and a lot of what I talk about is my beliefs and what I, you know, fighting racism, sexism and all that. And while that makes me not as marketable, it makes me maybe like really tunnel into what I do care about. And hopefully more brands, CBD.
What would be your dream collaboration? Or
a car.
Okay.
We talked about this.
Yeah, we did talk about that. Maybe we could do that together. I want an electric car. Yes, same. So we are in the market for a car right now. That's where my husband is right now. He's test driving electric cars.
Yeah.
And because we have 2 beater cars, like minivan that we will drive to the ground, and then another beater car. And I said, absolutely not. We are not buying a gas car.
Yeah,
for the new
and
one.
I want
Why
to be good
do
to the environment, and the gas prices are outrageous, and it just, I want to be, that's where it's at. Electric cars.
Exactly.
Oh my God, we're so in sync lately. We're manifesting electric car together.
We are. But we're trying to decide which one, right? And so I'm trying
to
What
are you guys thinking about? Rivian? Is that a brand?
Yeah. I was like, ew, no, not Rivian. And then I had to look at some videos. I'm like, okay, that looks actually really nice.
Yeah, they looked really clunky and bulky and boxy, but then after a while, it grew on me.
Did it? I think I could see you in the woods with that car.
Clunky and
I think it would look ridiculous with me in our Peppa Pig house driveway with that big honking truck.
I feel like I would. Like I'm not rugged, but I'm a mess, so I could just roll myself.
But it's good for I think
car.
It's a woodsy car.
Yeah. Yes. What else are you thinking about?
Genesis,
Hyundai.
Because it's just so nice.
I didn't even know that car existed until you told me.
So
is it an SUV?
They have SUVs and they have sedans.
Ooh.
And some of them are fully electrified, and some of them will be coming out. Mm-hmm.
Fully electrified.
Yes, fully electrified.
Why did I do that? What does have to do with electrifying?
I don't. It's sexy.
Dildos.
Yes.
No. This is not a parent podcast. I mean, it could be, but it's not. It's anything goes.
Yeah.
Anything goes. My stomach just was like, I'm hungry. Feed me. Did you hear it? It was so loud.
I didn't hear it.
It
was drowned out by the.
I got Jane to do it. That sound effect, can you imagine somebody listening to it? Actually, I went to this tennis and wine camp, and this woman did this, she's like, want to hear a sexy thing I do, which is, I bring out the worst
in people. She just did
that.
Out of the blue.
So I told my husband, ew, isn't that so weird? Why would somebody just do that? And he goes, you have that effect on people.
I love his deadpan responses.
Yeah, she was just like, Ellen, hear this. It wasn't even that, but it was like, oh, it was the...
No, it wasn't slurping?
No. How do you do that? Do you know how to do the roll the R's?
Oh, like purring?
Yeah, purring. Do it. How did you do that?
It's like... Not hocking a loogie.
How did you do that?
Did you learn Spanish?
I did. I could never roll the R's.
Couldn't roll R's.
Do that again. Okay, it really turned me on. When she did it in my ear, I was like, ooh.
Why did she?
Well, first she did it.
She was drinking wine.
No. Actually, you know what? That's not fair to her. So first she did it, and I noticed it, and I was like, oh sexy you. And she goes, want to hear more? And then got up into my ear. So yeah, I do bring out the worst in people.
I guess it's like it had like an ASMR effect.
Oh my God, yeah. Mm-hmm. Is that what it's called? ASMR?
I don't know. I guess it's the ASMR.
ASMR.
I just said it as a word.
I'm gonna say it now. Did you get that ASMR? Now I'm just like, poor Mike did not. This microphone did not consent to this. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry to you. Yeah, but it was sexy. Do you do that for your husband?
No.
Why? Why does Ben not get cringe. The best of you? Does he even know that you can do that?
I don't. Probably. Probably.
No, I don't think he knows. We're gonna have to. That's your 숙제.
No, 숙제. I don't want homework. Please
숙제. Homework. 숙제 for you. 경주야. 남편한테 가갖고. Ben, you're welcome.
We need to segue right now.
You're welcome, Ben. Ew. I don't want to do that to my brother. He's my brother. He's my twin. Gross. Okay, we're going to have to cut all that. I mean, just the brother part. Ugh. It got weird real fast. Get us back on track. I'm sorry.
I mean, what were we were talking about?
Oh, I was going to ask you about filters.
Yeah. Okay. Like what kind? You mean like photo filters?
No,
or?
TikTok filter.
Okay.
Okay, first of all, I've been getting attacked. The app hates me. The app loves you, but have you ever even gotten a community guidelines violation?
I have. I have. Yes. A couple of times.
What? Okay.
Both times it was for sponsored content, which was so painful. So annoying.
Wait, why? I thought they love sponsored content. They promote the shit out of people doing sponsored
TikTok
shit.
does not like sponsored content unless you do everything through their platform. They don't want you running
sell
ads.
Their own
exactly.
shop.
They're like
Amazon.
They want the creator or the brand to pay to have
and they
their
pay
ads.
Shit for like literally it's like $25. Work with this company and make 5 videos.
Right. I mean, when you sign up for the marketplace, the TikTok creator marketplace, you have it says what your rate is. So I went high.
Your range is not even in their number field.
Well, this was like 2 years ago, maybe 2.5 years ago, where I signed up and I put $25K.
They're like, bitch, where you think you're at?
I know. It was like $100, $500.
I tried to put in, and I'm in the low ball range, and I still couldn't put my low ball range.
Yeah. So they're not great with the ads, but I did an ad maybe a year and a half ago, and it was for Ancestry.com, and they wanted to know the story of your, the campaign was talk about your family background. So I talked about, on my mom's side, my grandpa, and like how he, was escaped from North Korea soldiers, something about like North Korea. Because it will tell you, it's very vague when you get a community guidelines violation. Right. But it will say which clause triggered it. And it was the propaganda clause. And I was like, are you serious?
This is racist.
Part of my family history. And I said nothing bad or triggering or anything.
That is wild. But just the mention of
and then
North
you have
Korea.
to appeal. You have to appeal through the app. That's the only way.
And you didn't get appealed?
I did appeal it, and then maybe 24 hours later it was restored. But then
it was restored.
It was restored, but it always.
Bitch, what you talking about that? You were restored.
The next time you get it, I think you only get like 3 chances. Before
you get more, but
you do.
I only know because I've gotten like 10.
Definitely my account, which is
it does affect
by most account. It's pretty wholesome, right?
Very.
But sometimes
I love it.
It says like your account is at risk of being
they say
permanently
that shit
banned
every time.
Because of community guideline violation.
If we go by that standard, I've been dead like 10 times on TikTok. Like I don't even. I've gotten that. From the moment I started the account. What's the other one? You said you had more.
Another one was like another ad. It was just me and my kids, like super wholesome.
What did you mention that triggered it though?
I didn't mention anything. I don't know if I don't know what it was. Oh, I know what it was. It was for Bartell drugs, and I think it was drugs.
Drugs.
So the next campaign I did with them, I was like, listen, your name has drugs in it, so I'm going to just say Bartell's, and they're like, that's fine.
Oh,
but still, like in their handle, it's Bartell drugs. So just a word of caution to people out there who are,
doing drugs,
doing perfectly wholesome, clean ads.
You can do drugs,
yes,
but don't say drugs.
Don't say drugs.
That was so not the takeaway. I'm sorry. Remember DARE? Drug abuse resistance education.
Wow,
I remembered.
That was so ingrained in you that it just
somebody
came out.
Was paying attention. Drug abuse, and now it's become like this hip shirt you wear.
Is it really? It's like.
Have you not seen it?
No.
Like Urban Outfitters sells it. It's so
my
hip.
Goodness.
If only we had just kept our shirts. Back then, like it was
it was like neon letters and like big brush stroke letters, right?
Neon?
Wasn't it not neon?
It was blood red.
Really?
Drug blood.
Oh.
What? Oh my God. You must have been the next iteration.
Mine was like, we did have DARE, but it was like, just say no. Just say no.
Oh, no. Ours was a hardcore. You don't remember? It was black and then hardcore red, like it was painted with blood.
Yeah, I do remember that.
I'm getting a very graphic image. Yeah. I must have been the first. You must have been. You came like, you're a decade later than me.
No, maybe
you're like a decade.
No, like 5 years.
Okay, half a decade.
Mm-hmm.
So you must have been the newer, better. You're like, I was the original razor, and you're like the razor reinvented. Do you remember the Motorola razors?
The phone.
Yeah,
I thought you were talking about razors. I do remember. I never had that. I had the Nokia, that one.
Wow.
Yeah.
What was the razor sound?
I don't know because I never had one.
Oh, yeah,
but it looked super cool.
Yeah, it looked slick. I just remember the ad. What was the company? What was the one where they in the car and they're like, they're like, okay, that was terrible because that was not the song at all. But it was, maybe it was actually a car commercial. I'm getting confused. Moving on. You know what I'm talking about? The girl with the arm and she was all like, okay,
I don't remember
that was not the song. I'm gonna show you the song next time. You're gonna be like, Ellen, what the fuck were you talking about? That was not the song. But I wanted to ask you. We got sidetracked. TikTok filters. Okay, so TikTok hates me. I already knew that, but the filters are another level. So I saw you do one recently. The red flags.
Yes,
and I remember thinking, wow, it's accurate.
That was the day that I tried to cancel plans with you. But it was probably right after we were texting, I think.
You were trying to cancel on me?
Because our friend, Dr. Kimchi, had to cancel his flight.
Yeah.
So I said, I don't want to have to make you, host us, like just us with no out-of-towners. So I said, let's get together another time.
But then I said, bitch, you free.
Yeah.
We can still hang.
I was like, dang it.
Yeah. Okay, right.
And the red flag, the third one was like, she cancels plans. I was like, oh my God.
Wow, you felt attacked. I do wonder. Okay, so I have to tell you, and this might go deeper. Okay, so yesterday on my way back from Walla Walla, I did, and you don't even know about this one. It's called, the filter was, what do you lie to yourself about? Which is so fucking
deep. Like, did a therapist make that?
Well, so the thing about that particular filter is that people feel so attacked and so just so like broken up about it that they don't even show the answer. They're like, I can't, bro. Like, it's so fucking bad.
How do you see that? How does the answer just not show?
No, they show, but they don't share it. They're like,
see.
I feel so attacked right now. I can't. And I was like, bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, so I was like, I'll do it. And it said, what do you lie to yourself about? And then, then the question disappears and it fades with an answer. And my answer was, and first of all, I was confused because I'm always confused. But first it said, so the question is, what do you lie to yourself about? And then the answer that they gave me was, they never loved you anyways.
Oh my.
Jane.
Woo.
경주야. So how do you read that, first of all? How do you interpret that? As I lie to myself about, am I lying to myself by saying they never loved me anyways? And that's how I was able to leave them?
Oh, I see.
Or how did you read it?
I read that as, that's the truth.
Or that.
Okay, so this was meant to be a comforting thing.
Well, no. I get really confused about this. Some of the other people.
If you're interpreting it like that's the lie.
Right? Because the question is, what do you lie to yourself about? Right? And the other people's answers that they got was like, I'm better off alone. Which is like, that's a lie you tell yourself, right?
That's a lie you tell yourself. So that's a lie you tell yourself. They never loved you anyway is a lie that you tell yourself.
Is what it's saying. That's how I felt attacked. Okay. Because you know that I cut off with my parents.
Yes.
It's been over, Sawyer's age, almost 8 years. I have gone no contact. And it's, okay, first of all, before we get into that, I have to ask you, and I think this is a good practice, that trauma dumping. I don't want to trauma dump on you.
I've never felt that.
Okay.
No.
And I think it's important, though. Like I said, I'm a big advocate for mental health. It is important to make sure when you're talking to a friend that, you don't put out all your life's hard battles, because I would never want to do that to a friend. And that's why I do talk to a therapist. But also I am at a point where I can freely talk about it.
Yeah.
And I hope for you that that's okay.
And you always, I felt you were at a healthy place when you're talking to me about it. And that's the difference.
Yes.
Between sharing and then trauma dumping.
Okay. Oh, that's wonderful.
That's how I would interpret it. Yeah.
Yes, because I want to ensure that whoever's listening to me, like, I've healed quite a, and I mean, there's more healing ahead always, but I'm at a stable point. And I think that when you're able to talk about it with sort of like out of body, like looking down and being able to distance yourself, that's when you know you can, in a healthy, you've gotten some healthy distance from it. So so when I saw this on the filter, so consent received from you that I can talk about it.
Yes.
Okay. I think that's healthy for friendships. I like knowing my boundaries, so good practice. So when I first read it, I was first trying to figure out, is it saying that I lie to myself, that they never wanted me anyways, or is it saying that's a lie I tell myself to be able to have broken from them? And I interpreted it as latter because from the other ones I've seen, it seemed this is the lie you tell yourself.
Right. Okay.
And I have a lot of guilt about cutting off with my parents. And I don't think that I will ever rid myself of that guilt. And I think it's okay to carry that kind of guilt. I'm okay with it. I used to want none of it, but if anything, carrying that guilt means that's how much I wanted it.
Yeah, because it's I think especially for us Korean American people, it's that's everything, the relationship with your parents. It's a huge respect thing, and it's, you know, honoring where you came from, and it's something that you don't want to do.
I absolutely did not
it's a
want
last
to do
resort
that.
thing.
It's
a last resort thing. And so I think there's a finality when you did cut off with your parents. And so that's probably where the guilt is coming from, and that guilt is very real, but also very real was just the hurt that you received. And I think you're very right that is the lie that you tell yourself to justify.
Yeah, because I needed to be able to say I've endured enough and it's okay to, and literally my stepmom, and I have a birth mom and a stepmom, both who I felt hurt by, but my stepmom literally did say to me, just, I never want to see you again, and that'll be good for both of us. And I heard that so much in my entire life, but I wanted to cling on so badly. And I always thought she says this so that I will beg her, and I did it, and I was like, that will appease her. And I did this whole pattern for years and years. And sadly, like, there's no winning.
No.
There's no winning. And people often tell me, like, oh, you're empowered. I'm like, I don't feel empowered. It's heartbreaking sorrow that I will carry for all of my life. Yeah. And I know how real it is. So when that filter came on and said, you lie to yourself, I was like, gutted. Yeah. But I thought, you know what? I'm like, it's a stupid filter. I'm like, are these filters listening to our conversations?
You know, I think they are, to an extent.
Do you really think that?
I think
because how fucking accurate.
I know.
I didn't even know that was. I've seen so many of those, and I never saw anybody get that answer.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, oh, I can handle it. Sometimes I have to, like, kind of preventatively, like, I don't want to get triggered and shit. So I'm very aware of my own. I never saw that on anybody until I got it, and I was like, what the fuck is this?
It's just a more complex version of that, 8-ball toy that we used to play with.
Yeah.
Right? And it's just like a finite number of sides on the little die, and it says like maybe or not at all. You know what I mean? And I feel like these TikTok filters are like today's 17 magazine quiz.
Ugh. Right.
And then kids
will never know.
You're always going to kind of fit your situation into the answers.
Okay,
or
but
the horoscopes.
But that was so specific. Don't you think mine was?
That was very specific. But I think everybody has a relationship in their life that something like that could be true for, a falling out. Nobody has perfect relationships. Like every single important relationship is perfect. I don't think so. I mean, I think it's.
But follow up to that.
Yeah.
after I got that, and I thought, you know what? Exactly. I told myself this is just a dumb filter. It will attack anyone. However, and I thought I was fine. I woke up at 3 a.m. last night because it literally took me right back to my parents' house where my mom would drag me by the hair and throw me out, and I relived it. Like, and I'm 41 years old, right back, and it felt so real that I woke up, I bolted up at 3 a.m. going, and I had to check my surroundings. I'm like, no, I'm a grown ass person now. I live in my own house. I had to do and that's when I was like, but also, again, because I've been gaslit my whole life about my experience by my parents. Like, it wasn't that bad, and you just make it so bad. Every Korean household is like this, but you took it to another level by talking about it. And it was a reminder, no, that was your life, and you just, but it's PTSD.
Yes. Is this a recurring dream you have?
It's not that exact, but it's like I'm right back at the house, getting in trouble. So yes, it's not ever the exact same moment, but it's always like I'm back at home and I'm telling my dad, why don't you do something? And I'm always, and I wake up and I was like sweaty, like, and I'm just reliving that trauma, even though I've gotten a healthy amount of distance. It's still there, and at what point am I gonna say? And I'm not thinking like that anymore. I say this is just a part of you, sadly. I mean, not sadly. I don't even want to say that. It's Han.
Yes.
Koreans
Can you explain
talk about Han? And this is I actually have it tatted. 내 한, 내 사랑, 타나, which means like my sorrow, my heart, all of it, my love, all of it's me.
All of it is you.
But Han, there's no English equivalent.
No.
It's not a grudge. It's not just sorrow. It's also there's an anguish. Historically, we're a country, and people, I think that's what I love about the Korean language, that it references, there are words that reference like historical context, and Han refers to like our weeping country, because we've been pillaged so much by so many other colonizers that they say as a country we have so much Han, but we also use it every day. Like, oh, 한이 너무 맞아. Like, I have so much sorrow, sadness about this particular thing, and we use it in a daily language. But yeah, it's this like one of the saddest things that I ever read, and actually really fitting that you share. I had no idea about your North Korean family history. But one of the saddest articles I ever read in my entire life was about the reunification. And it was this old 할머니 and 할아버지, and they were finally found each other. And the husband said, oh, my dear sweet wife. And he was just crying his heart out. Like, I loved you so much, and I'm so sad. And the wife, 할머니, was like, oh, my dear sweet husband. 한이 너무 많아서 나 너무 많이 울고 이제 눈물이 없네요. Like, I have no more tears left to give you because I've cried my whole entire life for you. And 진짜 there's like, there's no English expression that could capture that. And I realize I am so Korean in that way. 한이 너무 많아. And that's okay. That's probably why I became a comedian. To balance out the Han. But
I mean, that's one of the things that I appreciated the most about you is I learned this about you, like your family history. You were just so free with it. And I felt like you were entrusting me with your story. And you told me, I knew some of it because some of it you shared on TikTok. And I think I had asked you about it. But when that first time we met in person 2 summers ago, and we were sitting outside on your deck and you were just telling me about all of this, I felt so close to you and thankful that you felt safe to tell me that. And for me, just as you said, like your han and your love is all a part of you. That's what I felt. It was like Ellen, your funny 언니 came into it, your wholeness. And that's when I felt like, oh, okay, I can really be friends with this woman because she trusts me with this information. And
you know why? Because, and I want to tell, when I see you with your daughter, it's what I wanted for me, and the way you advocate for her, I think that's what I fell in love with. You do such an important task, and you have so many things going for you, but you never let that cloud you from your most important life task of being there for your daughter. And that's what I fell in love with you when I see your girl. And I knew we were gonna cry at some point. I just didn't know it was gonna be this early. That's when I knew you were the real deal.
Oh, thank you, Ellen.
And I honestly, you are quite like what when I was a girl, or I think when I was the Korean culture. I'm gonna look like a fucking mess, and I don't give a fuck. Okay, whatever.
Nothing moved. You look great.
Nothing moved.
Yeah,
but your makeup. Face. But the tears just streaming down your face. Nothing moved though. You're good. But yeah, like you are the epitome of what every daughter wants. When my parents
I don't know about
were
that.
always like 좀 자라서 가족도 옷도 이쁘게 입고 좀 like act like you're together. You are. When I met you, I was like, oh my god, this is what my parents wanted for me. Instead, I roll out of bed half-ass drunk. Not always, you guys. Not 24/7, but you just are actually that.
I think that's just my personality. Is I have han too, but it's maybe like I don't carry it on the surface as much. I don't know. Maybe
how do
it's
you
like
do it?
Maybe like several layers under.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
No.
But
I know how you do it. You get shit done, and in order to get shit done, you have to prioritize.
Yes.
And you're organized. I'm not organized.
I think for me, it's like I do better. I told you this too. I do better when I have a fuller plate. And I do better when there's a little bit of fire under my butt. Otherwise, if I have it, like I can't do well with the unstructuredness. So if I see it all out and I have like this and this and this to do with, I've always been this way, is I just need to like get it done one by one.
That would kill me. That would destroy me. Like doing this is probably the biggest structure I've had recently. I need to like be free. I need to not know what day it is. I need to not know what hour it is. Because I feel too much pressure.
Yeah. Well, we all have different lenses.
Yeah.
We operate differently. And so I think that's great because I've learned
we
so much
each other out.
Exactly. And this never would have come about. I said this last time. This never would have come about if I was just going to do this by myself, because I just don't have that. I'm very dependent on external forces, I think.
And I dive right in. I jump into shit all the time with no
And that's what I
plan.
learned from you, is that you don't need to have all the answers.
I never have the answers.
Before you start something. And I feel like I have to have all the answers and all the details and know like every which way things
husband.
Could go. Yeah,
and he'll be like, okay. He'll be like, what do you think about this? And I'm like, I'm checked out.
Oh my gosh. I'm always like that to Ben. I'm like, wait, can you look
listening,
at this?
And you get mad, I am your husband. But that's what works.
Yeah,
this is a great reminder that your husband is perfect for you. And my husband, he's always like, give me your thoughts. I'm like, I don't want to think that hard. Finances, oh my God. I'm like, please don't give me numbers. Don't give me. I don't need details. Just tell me the gist.
We are the same.
Oh, really? Yeah. When it comes to finance?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I never was a
me.
Numbers person.
Oh,
never. I don't have like that kind of like number.
You didn't get into calculus either?
No, I didn't. I had to go to community college to do my calculus so that I could skip it in college.
Okay, that's not the same thing at all, Jane. What? So you fucking took calculus?
But not at my high school, because ironically, the high school class was harder than taking it at my local community college.
Okay.
Taking it at my local community college, I felt less dumb because I wouldn't have been able.
Yeah. No. I just never took calculus because I could only get into pre-calculus, Jane.
When have I ever needed calculus in my life? The first question I asked when I landed on my college campus was, do I have any math GEs? Yeah. And they said, nope, you're good. Okay. And I was like, okay, then I will be fine over here.
This is where we connect. We do have more in common.
Yes, than meets the eye.
Yeah. We both hate math. Mm-hmm. We're the Asians that couldn't do math. Okay. And with that, we have to get people to talk to us.
Yes.
So we can do, am I the tonko? I'm so excited to do that part. Am I the asshole? Am I the tonko? Why does it sound way more satisfying to say in Korean, asshole? Tonko.
Tonko.
Tong, 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 tong. That's the shit song. Next time when we do get a question and it's the am I the asshole, I'm going to be like, all right. Dong, 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 dong. That'll be our intro song. Isn't that great? I'm so brilliant. Okay.
Clever.
Reply YC.com. Okay.
Oh, the email is reply@replyYC.com.
Right. I was confusing myself. Okay. Let's do it.
Okay.
Reply YC.